There's just a whole different sense of professionalism in our industry, sophistication in our industry, and an ability to embrace change as it relates to technology. So that's one of the major changes I have seen. I've also seen, the tech that's come into our business has completely changed the way that we do business. So 25 years ago, I was backing up files on floppy disks and saving them into the safe. And then the next day, you're putting the floppy disk back in and making sure that the system boots back up. Now everything's in the cloud and we're dealing with things, instantaneously. And then there's certainly things, Chris, I think to your point, you're asking about, where's something that maybe is completely flopped. So I've always been a firm believer in being tech forward and taking a chance on technology. So it's worth taking a risk when it's a calculated risk. And so it doesn't mean that you chase the shiny new penny that's out there, but you really take the meetings. I take a lot of meetings from companies that maybe I've never heard of, but they have a unique selling proposition that is going to solve a problem that I'm facing within my organization. And so I'm always willing to take those meetings to see if there's something that can solve a problem that I'm currently facing. And sometimes you take those meetings and they work out beautifully. And I have many success stories where we started with a pilot, we were able to prove out the metrics and then actually roll it out to the entire portfolio. And then I've had instances where we've rolled something out and it hasn't been a success. But I always tell people it's okay to fail. And your team has to know that it's also okay to fail as long as you recover quickly and you learn from it. And so again, doing a quick debrief of what went wrong, what did we learn from the situation? Is there some good still in this technology? Are we just partnered with the wrong partner? Or are we just not ready for this in our workflow? And when you do that debrief, you figure out what's going on, act quickly, and then learn from your mistakes. I think your team feels that it is okay to fail. And when you're a goldfish, you don't remember 10 seconds later. I have to say 10 seconds is not my memory span, but a day later, a week later, you forget. And often when people sometimes ask me, what's your biggest failure? I have a hard time answering that because when you are a goldfish, you don't dwell on the things that you did wrong. You dwell on how did I solve that problem and how did I fix it and move forward so I didn't have to have that situation happen again.